Hi folks, this is Dr. P. This is Math 20-2 Quadratic Equations, Topic 1, Example 5 and 6 on page 8 and 9 in your workbooks. In these two examples, we will be using the zero product rule for solving equations. Most of these are going to be quadratic equations. So in A here, we have 2 times and then times this binomial x minus 3 in a bracket. This is not a quadratic equation, happens to be a linear equation. Anytime you have a product of two terms like this, if one of them equals to 0, then the whole thing equals to 0. And it tells us here that the left-hand side equals to 0. So this means that if we pull out x minus 3, if x minus 3 equals to 0, we would end up with 2 times 0, which is 0. And x minus 3 equals to 0 when x equals to 3. In C, now we have a quadratic equation. We're going to do the same sort of thing. We're multiplying 5x times this binomial 2x minus 3. If either one of these equals to 0, the whole thing will equal to 0. So we're going to pull out the 5x. And 5x equals to 0 when x equals to 0. So if x is 0, the left-hand side will equal to 0. Then we're going to pull out this binomial here. We have 2x minus 3 equals to 0. And we need to solve this now for x, so we add 3 to both sides. 2x equals 3. We divide both sides by 2, so x equals 2 over 3, 2/3. So when x equals 0 or when x equals 2/3, then the left-hand side, this expression here, will equal to 0. So the solution here is x equal to 0 or x equals to 2/3. In example 6, we are going to do the same thing, but we're going to start by doing factoring, common factoring. If we look at this first example here, 5x plus 15 equals to 0, we are able to factor out a greatest common factor of 5. So let's do that. If we factor out a 5, we're left with x plus 3 equals to 0. And this binomial, we set it to 0, x plus 3 equals to 0, and that will happen when x equals negative 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. So our solution is x equals negative 3. There's only one solution here. I'm also going to do C here. Again, we're going to start with factoring this expression. Here, our greatest common factor is 3x. I can factor out a 3x, which leaves me with x plus 4. And now I'm going to be solving this using the zero product rule. We are going to, so first here, 3 times 0 equals to 0, so x equals to 0. That's one of our roots. The second one is going to be, if we set this binomial to 0, solve it for x, so we should subtract 4 from both sides, so x equals negative 4. So our solution here is x equals to 0 or x equals to negative 4. That's a wrap. Make sure that you look at the keyed version of the workbook that's posted on Google Classroom for the solutions to the other examples here. If you have any questions, make sure you join the Google Meets that we have daily. Or you can also ask your questions using the Google question form that's also posted on Google Classroom. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and may the math be with you. See you.